Hi guys, so I know it's hi guys. I'm here to give you guys a movie review, which is this is called Kickboxer, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, basically in this movie. Now, Kickboxer is pretty much is not the same as Bloodsport, but it's pretty much a lot more different than from Bloodsport. I haven't seen this film in such a long time. I really have not, because I remember watching this with my mom, my dad, during time when I was young, but basically watching it and stuff like that. And when I'm watching this movie, like first time when I was young, I was going like, wow, this guy, Time Pong, I do believe that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know how to say this. The way that he fights, some of it is kind of vicious to me. It really actually is, and so based on stuff because I do believe there is kickboxing that happens. I guess happens around the world, around the United States or other different countries, right? So that I really do not know because I don't know kickboxing really all that much. I really don't know. I know blood sports probably still exists or not. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know my history about any of that kind of stuff. But I would personally would say um, karate, whatever you want to call it, or something like that, or whatever that you feel that you may want to call it, is that they take it very seriously. Some people don't like to lose, some people do, or anything like that. Especially kind of like if you were to go into a dojo, you offer you make a challenge to somebody like in their own dojo. Usually they take that pretty seriously because when you're challenging someone in their own dojo, it can lead to disrespect also as well too. And basically, that take as for instance of the Karate Kid, like where basically where the dojo, which I can't remember was his name, the guy. Oh, he said like, oh, you came in here, you jump a challenge here, old man, because he thinks this is some kind of challenge. But even though he basically gave the state of a challenge to tell Daniel Larusso to basically fight to fight in the Kumite, not the Kumite, excuse me, the championships, karate championship or something like that. So yeah, I want to principally want to say is that like I said before, I just don't think that Bloodsport and Kickboxer are basically the same. They really are not. They're basically pretty much basic difference and stuff like that. And especially when you go to an ancient ways, which is basically the old ways, basically what they used to do, like to use their elbow, the knee, or whatever that they use. And they also have to like there's like I don't know what it is that they put their hands into. They put their hands in ice, not ice, excuse me, glass, and the glass is very sharp. And he uses some kind of the sticky stuff or something like that. I think it's kind of like they put their hands in honey. I think they did. I'm not so sure. And so basically, what they did, they put their hands in there, and then they have the glass right over their fists and something because they have the rope things basically on them, and basically on them because that gives them the edge to basically do inflicting damage based onto an opponent. Now, personally, I want to say this is that who is Tom P? Because Tom P is pretty much I like him so far. He's a very vicious fighter. Really actually is. Really actually is. I mean, he doesn't seem the guy like the kind of guy he doesn't want to lose because he really does not. And basically when he was going up against you know I forgot his name, Kit's brother. I can't remember his name. I think his name was Eric or something, or Eric. I do believe that's his name. And he got badly injured because he couldn't move his back because he's paralyzed because of what Tom Pong did. But even though Kid tried to tell him and try to tell him, say, hey, look, I don't want you going up against this guy. This guy's bad news. And so that because when Kid went to go look in to see what was going on, like what kind of opponent that was facing, that what kind of opponent that he was facing, you could tell Tom Paul really didn't care that really all that much because what he was doing, he was kicking the, um, those things supposed to hold the building, those kind of, I don't know what they're called or so they're kind of like big old block thing or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, he was kicking on it, and you can see there's like little blood on there. But even though it didn't bother him, it really didn't. It really didn't bother him really all that much. I think that was one of the main challenges that I saw from the movie for what Kip was basically doing. Basically get under training from this guy because he knows a lot more about Matume or whatever you want to call it, or kickboxer, whatever you want to call it, is basically if it's because he knows the ins and out, facing different opponents. But I personally want to say here is basically that yes, like I said before, people do take this very seriously when it comes to karate, and they basically do. That's just part of the heritage, part of the way because they've been trained to basically do this and stuff like that. And sometimes they've been trained to do that basically in their own military and basically in their own military. So what I think what I definitely say, like I said before, they do take that pretty serious. They do take that pretty serious because it's a traditional way of basically how they do things, and basically other different stuff. This movie is pretty much, I mean, it's an old movie. It's I think it's around I think this movie was right around 1989. Yeah, 1989. But I like the movie. I definitely was thinking it's good. But it's not really basically my favorite movie. But I would give this a movie probably a top 10, probably a top 10. But it's not really the best movie that I would basically compare to Bloodsport, because Bloodsport, I think Bloodsport is pretty much was one of the most masterpiece movies I've ever seen since Jean-Claude Van Damme, being in movies and stuff like that. And I don't think there's, because one thing I also want to mention also well too, because they did make other videos, other movies. I would say Bloodsport 2, Bloodsport 3. I don't know how many Bloodsport movies that they really actually do have. I don't know why they needed a second movie, because they were trying to get Jean Claude to basically to be on board with the basically of making the film. For some reason, I think Jean Claude didn't want to, so they offered somebody else to basically do it. Now I have never seen Blood. I never seen Bloodsport 2. I never seen it. I probably will watch it just to see what it really has to offer and stuff like that. But one other person I want to say is that it's not like the first one. It's not. I don't think Kickboxer is kind of in line to be on the top just as much as Bloodsport really actually is. I could be wrong or anything like that, but people are going to have their opinions because they prefer Bloodsport better than Kickboxer, or maybe people like Kickboxer better than Bloodsport. So I think John Claude Van Damme, yeah, he's a very good actor, and he really actually is. And just seeing just doing these traditions, so some of the makes out the movies, learning karate and stuff like that. I mean, I bet you John Claude Van is probably getting paid a lot of good money for paying for his butt for based off these movies, based off these movies. Yeah, I think that really is. It really is. He's a good actor. He's not. He's also one of my favorite actors. I pretty much put him right in the top 10. He's personally one of my favorites. But even though I really do like the way he does things and stuff like that, and keep it a traditional way of basically how he does karate and stuff like that. Sometimes he plays in some action-packed films. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't. But a lot of people really don't pretty much don't care for him really all that much, because the way how he makes movies and stuff, or other traditional things that he likes to do. So yeah, if I want to give a rating for this movie, I'm probably going to give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Like I said, it's not the best film. I don't see there's nothing really majorly wrong or anything like that. But I think that's just not really basically my favorite. But judging by the film, it is a good movie, but it's not the best compared to some of the other films that Jean-Claude Van Damme, or I would say Bloodsport. Now, some people, like I said before, pretty much most people will probably disagree with me. And even though that's just fine, we all have our opinions. So yeah. Tell me what you guys think. You guys like this movie? You guys don't like it? You guys think it was good? You guys think it was bad? I'd love to hear what you got to say. So yeah, and it was just I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you get one more day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like and give me a thumbs up, or give me a thumbs down. Doesn't matter to me. And leave a comment as well. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you have a day. Take care. God bless. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.